Okay, that was very sad. I just came to my favorite place where, I should say my wife's favorite place, where we get her a salad. And I've known this lady here for a long, long time. I know she lived in Montana and then it didn't work out. I think Montana. They were gonna go back to Idaho. They had to come back to California for a period of time. And the idea was to save up some more money, I guess, and then go to Idaho is where she had planned on going. And then I just talked to her. I had no idea. She has such a smile on her face, and she's such a great lady. She just told me that her husband died in November, right before Thanksgiving, from a heart condition, she said. And it was shocking. And now she's alone. She had to go through all the holidays. And that's the thing about people. You never know what's going on in people's lives. She was always very nice to me, always had a smile on her face. I had no idea that had happened to her. And I think losing a spouse, either through death or even divorce, can be one of the saddest things that can happen in your life. And so I felt really bad and told her I did feel bad for her. I remember it reminded me of a saying that I heard when I was in college, and it was written by the writer Thoreau, David Thoreau. And I always try to remember this because it's important. It's an excerpt. It's not, taken in context, but it's basically that most people live lives of quiet desperation, meaning that there's something going on in their life, but they can't talk about it, or they don't talk about it. And so that's why it's always been important to me to treat the person at the checkout stand at Walmart, the teller at the bank, try to treat them with a little extra respect. I always ask them, how's your day going? And they're always shocked because nobody asks them that, especially in places like the bank. You go, I hate to see it, but you get some older people and they're just very rough with people. And I know they're frustrated, whatever, but you just really don't know what's going on in people's lives, and you have to keep that in mind. And I can imagine there's some old guys that are, I don't give a crap what's going on in their life, well, you should. If you want the world to be a little kinder, a little gentler, then you have to be a little kinder and a little gentler. If you want the world to be more honest, then you have to be more honest. And I can't help what other people are going to do, but that's how the world works. So make an effort to be kind. If I were to die and people were to remember me, I would love it for them to remember me as a kind person. And so it costs nothing to be kind, and you just never know what's going on in people's lives. So I just wanted to say that, just be respectful of other people, be kind, ask them how they're doing, and I think you're going to see that people will respond to you differently based on how you respond to them. So thanks for listening. I'm going to stick this into one of my videos somewhere, but I appreciate your time. Have a great day. Good morning, guys. This is Dave Dixon, and I'm going to report on my diet. I know some of you guys are not going to like this, and some of you gals are not going to like this. My wife is very happy for me, but I can tell she wishes she was losing the weight too. So I've been on my diet for 3 days, and then it's basically what I'm doing is a keto diet. I call it a modified keto diet because I'm still going to eat vegetables and stuff. I'm not sure if you're supposed to eat that, but I have to eat vegetables because my mom was an organic farmer back in the 70s, and so that's drilled into my mind how good vegetables and fruits are for you. So I haven't done the fruits in the last 3 days only because of the sugar content. I'm also type 2 diabetic, and what kind of drove this whole thing was I had a conference call with my doctor, and we were talking about my fatty liver. Now that's a new problem I have, which is different from my other problems. This is so fun when I'm driving and talking, and then I realize I did not turn on the camera. So I was talking about the temperature. It's 47 degrees right now, which to us is cold. It doesn't really snow in California where I live. It's we had snow like maybe 15 years ago. It lasted for about 30 minutes. It got onto the ground, but it didn't really stay very long. Of course, everybody's happy when that's happening. I just thought I'd take you for a little ride through my town on my way to the lake. Yeah, so I think today is January. I think it's the 14th. I can't tell because my camera's on. I rely on this phone so much. I mean, I'm just constantly, it always goes in my one pocket. Every time I stand up, I just inherently check my pocket, from rear pocket for my phone, and my front pocket for my wallet, and my keys on my left pocket. So if you wanted to pickpocket me, that's exactly how I do it. This is the local high school over here. So we can turn it over there. My son went to that high school, and it's a public school. We had some problems, during the basketball thing, because even though it's a public school, there's a lot of favoritism, in sports. My son was a very good basketball player, but I don't know, there's always, you got the rich people in town, and their sons got to play a lot when they didn't really deserve to. So we're coming up here to the main drag. We're not going to go down it, we're just going to go straight across. Got the International House of Pancake, which I used to like to go there. I can't go there now. Luckily my wife doesn't like it, so. She doesn't like that, and she doesn't like Denny's for some reason. I don't know, I like it. We do kind of agree on Black Bear. We go there every Sunday after church. That's our routine. You can still see the oranges there on the tree. Got a big park over here, and it has a big, looks like a reservoir, and they do use it for recovering water. But right now they have down in the bottom they have a baseball field, and so it serves two purposes. We just passed the hospital there. My grandson, little Milo, was born. I noticed yesterday when I went to the restaurant, there was a poster for a local Comic-Con, and I actually have been to that Comic-Con before, and there was a part of me that was thinking, oh, I should call them up and see if they want me to bring my Batmobile. But then I thought, oh, wait a minute, I don't like doing that. Mostly because I don't want to sit there for hours and hours. It's like being at a car show. I did like it when I did it, and it was new and fun. But like I've told people, you can only have people go, that is badass. You can only have that so much. Here I am, I got to get into the other lane. This guy is trying to cut me off. Gal. That's okay. Maybe she's late for work. Oh, in terms of work, I'm a pool designer. I've been doing it for 40 years, but working for the company I work for now for 28 years. And this last 2 years have been really bad in our industry. Interest rates are one problem. I think just the lack of not knowing what's going on. I'm hoping it's going to improve, but here I am all the way, I think it's January 14th, and I've only gotten one lead. I mean, I remember we used to get 3 to 4 leads a day, and it was just crazy time. So I kind of feel like I'm a racehorse, and that I'm good at selling, but there's nothing to race. There's nowhere to run. There's no contest going on. So this over here, 31 Flavors, is where we get our ice cream. Mine is a banana royale. That won't be happening for a while. Once I get down to 200 pounds, my goal, my idea is I always tend to hover like at 5 pounds difference. So I want to make the 200 pounds my max, and then I might be 15 pounds under. Railroad tracks running through the middle of town. I've really never seen a train on that track. So I think it used to go to the General Mills. There's a General Mills here, and that's where my sister-in-law worked for 30-something years. And then they just ended up shutting it down. So it's a super big building, and I think they're using it for tools or something, selling tools, or I don't think there's manufacturing. I think it's more of a warehouse. It's hard to manufacture anything in California because the safety laws and the EPA and the clean air stuff. It's really, really hard. It's hard to have a business actually in California. But if you've been around for a while, you're probably going to hang in there. If you're going to start a business, it just usually doesn't make sense. And the labor laws are really tough. So those are things you have to deal with. So we're going to go in here. I'm going to make a U-turn. I heard that they improved the nature trail. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go in here and do my little U-turn and then walk down. These 4 people that live over here by the lake, they're constantly having us come over and park in front of their house. But they live on a lake, so give me a break. Most of the people don't care, but it's pretty bad. Like on a weekend, oh my God. I've heard of people saying, oh yeah, they'll block our driveway. They'll just park right in front of our driveway. Not me, somebody else might. There's a person sitting in his car with a big German Shepherd right behind me. All right, so now I'm going to shut it off, and then we're going to get out and try to do a little nature walk.